Hopefully this is better. We rocking with the landline now. Let me know if everything looks a little bit better, people. I know we still have a little bit of lag. When you guys come in, I need you to hit that thumbs up button. But yeah, I think the people who don't get what it is that they're desiring out of life, you know what? I might as well go ahead and flip this on over. I think that the people who are getting the worst results are the people who, to them, it makes sense to kind of, not do much, just get what life has to offer them. I mean, you got to think about it. This is why I tell a lot of you guys a lot of times that I don't knock you. I don't knock the fact that most of you aren't business owners and things like that. I don't, because, good people are just good people. But what I'm telling you is you're not going to get anything that you don't work for. It's a very, very rare occasion. I always tell people nothing worth having is easily acquired. Nothing worth having is easily acquired. It's why you can't walk down the street and find a lot of quarters. You can find pennies occasionally. You barely find a nickel, right? You can find pennies, but nothing worth having is easily acquired. And a lot of people are trying to get the absolute best dating relation, the absolute best relationships. Listen, you know what? You know what? Give me a second. Let me. I'd be curious. I'd be curious to ask people what have they done to deserve the caliber of man that they desire. What have you done? We can't say that about men. Men go into this thing on the first date, investing on the first date. But this is what I'm telling you guys. If you can't think of anything that you've done, anything that you have in your arsenal that suggests that you deserve the caliber of man that you desire, then you might want to rethink the caliber of man that you desire. Based on everything that we just laid out, if you have never done anything of significance, if you've never, you're 35 years old, 30 years old, you've never built anything, you've never hired a contractor, you've never put an action plan together, you've never put a business plan together, you've never really saw an invention or something like that to the end, you're probably not one of those overachieving type people. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. What I'm telling you is you might want to look deeper in yourself. You might want to look deeper in yourself. Because here's my theory. My theory is this. If you can come to a place where you can acknowledge that you might not be as deserving of some of the things that you desire, you wouldn't trip so bad when you don't get them. That's a huge problem that we're having. People are actually out here acting a fool, acting like they deserve where the good men at, and like it's crazy. Running from you. People are acting like high level. They deserve these amazing relationships. Listen, I want to tell all of you the best relationships have bull crap in them. It's just about you know how you respond to that bull crap. I listened to you guys for years. I've listened to you guys tell me the caliber of relationships that you want. And they're almost practically non existent. They're almost practically non existent. You guys are lusting and high level desiring something that not many people in your family, period, has achieved. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that because you could be that achiever, right? You could be the one that's going to pull it off. But we will know by the work that we see you putting in to achieve it. Listen, here's what I tell people. I tell people that we really need to get our sons and things off of this NBA drive, off of this being a rapper thing, off of going to the NBA. We need NFL. We need to get our kids off of that. Okay, that's the block button. We need to, and for those of you who would say, yeah, but what if I crush my child's dreams and then he really could have became something, right? Here's how you make sure that that doesn't happen. If your child is bantering on about wanting to be a rapper, wanting to be in the NBA, wanting to achieve all of those things, then if your child really has what it takes, they should have a significant following on social media that approves of the talent that they're telling you they have. Real talent, people will stand up about it. If your child is saying that they want to be an NFL player, NBA player, something like that, and they can't amass 50,000 subscribers on social media, that person probably doesn't have what it takes. Probably doesn't have what it takes. If that person isn't going out and working towards that thing every day. They said Magic Johnson's mom used to have to bring his plate down to the playground with him where he was shooting his hoops. Right? Ladies, if you can't say that you've put any work towards being something that a quality man would find valuable, then why do you deserve a quality man? Why do you deserve a quality man? You probably don't. Now, if we keep it real and acknowledge that you probably don't deserve a quality man, and for those of you who don't know, when you hear me using the phrase quality man, I don't use the phrase high value man. That's something that most people will not achieve, right? Men nor women will not achieve. So we keep it more realistic. A quality man is someone who is neither rich nor poor. Um, has his own things, has his own house, has his own car. If he needs to, he can go to the bank and get money, right? Handles his own business. A lot of you don't qualify for that because you have not put in any work that is equal to the work that he has defied stereotypes of. He has defied all of the stereotypes of the Ray Ray Pookie and all of that. Have you defied all of the stereotypes about overweight women and multiple children by multiple men? Hair weaves, have you defied those? If you have not if you have not defied the odds of your stereotype, but he has defied the odds of his stereotype, do you think that that's an equal match? Do you think that you're deserving of him? No. He's deserving of somebody else who has defied the odds of their stereotype. If you have not defied the odds of your stereotype, then your equal match is somebody else who has not defied the odds of their stereotype. If you have multiple children by multiple men, if you're overweight, right? If you've had a hoe phase, if you're average looking, if you have 2 or more children, you're not feminine, but more masculine, you meet the exact qualifications for a Ray Ray or a Pookie. Why don't you believe that? Oh, because it's you. It's so difficult for us to believe bad things about ourselves. And I'm not even going to say bad things. I'm just going to say realistic things. It's crazy. It's crazy how difficult it is for us to believe things about ourselves. But you can't grow moving like that. You won't even acknowledge that something about you needs to grow. What we have today is a lot of people, and I'll say women in particularly. What we have today is a lot of women who have not defied the odds of their typical stereotype, seeking to be in long-term relationships with men who have defied the odds of their stereotype. Let me say it out loud. This is a man who is gainfully employed, has his own house, has his own car. On a scale of 1 to 10, he's a 6. He's an above average looking man. He's fit. Not muscular, not a gym rat, but he's just fit. He's not big. He's not fat. And you have someone who has 2 or 3 children by 2 or 3 men, average looking, or below in some cases, overweight, hella body count, and she believes that she qualifies for that guy. It's why you're not getting those guys. We're not going to tell you. We're not going to just come out and tell you, hey, you don't qualify for me. Hey, you're too big and things like that. We will just disqualify you. And that's what you guys are seeing when you guys are saying, where are the good men at? They're hiding from you intentionally, and they're trying to be nice about it. They're trying to be nice about it. If I were to ask you ladies right now, what work have you done that justifies you qualifying for a quality man? What work have you done to where if this meeting were to take place, it would look like you are justified in having taste for that particular man? Most of you can't say anything. And when I say work, I'm talking about real work. It just means you're probably not one of the people that I'm talking about who can pull those types of things off. Because it takes something to start and finish a project, to start and finish a project of working out, to start and finish having a respectable body count, to start and finish the integrity of not having kids strewn out all over the place. It takes something to be able to pull that off. And if you're not one of those people, and like I told you earlier, we know who those people are because they have a track record of accomplishing other things. She used to sell quilts that she knitted. She did it for about a year. We're talking about people who have attempted things and pulled them off, even if a year later it fell through. The bad part is this. You're likely not one of the people who I'm talking about who can pull these types of things off, who can bring their value up high enough to where they can kind of pick the caliber of men that they want. The bad part about it is this. There's a significant portion of people who aren't the people that I'm talking about who can pull these things off, but they're behaving like they are. They're behaving like they're deserving of a certain caliber of man. They're behaving Listen, they're basically spaghettiing up with the women who do deserve it. They're out there campaigning for the same thing that the women who deserve it are campaigning for. So it gets blurred. You have a whole bunch of women who are saying that they deserve Michael B. Jordan, but the women who deserve him, you kind of can't see them because they're smaller in number. There's a very smaller number of those women who legitimately have done the work to suggest that they qualify for him. And it all seems like foolishness. It all seems like foolishness. We are living in a time right now where we can't tell a difference between our classy, prestigious women and our ratchet women. Our classy, prestigious women are trying to emulate the ratchet women. We can't tell. We also can't tell the women who are really deserving, excuse me, the women who are really deserving of a certain caliber of individual. They are overshadowed by all of the ratchet ghetto women who are out in the streets saying that they deserve him. And their voices is louder. They have more of the spotlight. And this is what I'm telling you guys. If you have done no work to justify you getting what you want out of life, you're not going to get it. You have to measure how much BS in order to achieve these things you guys say that you want. Look, I feel the same about men. They're talking like Mr. Perfect and are far from him. We don't have a problem marrying, ma'am. So you can feel like that, but you don't have the leverage to feel like that. You're getting older and older. And whilst you're feeling like that, you're feeling like that alone in your house, in your apartment, wherever you're at. Men can sit back and complain for years at a time. Well, come up then. How about that? Let's don't keep. Oh, you got 7. I'll block you. You got 7 followers. Listen, what I'm telling you guys is this: you don't get rewarded for nothing usually. You have to measure how much BS you're willing to go through in order to get that thing to complete the stages, right? Even if it goes on to not do well, you have to be willing, you have to already have your mind made up that you're willing to go through some BS. Even if it's something that ends up going on a shelf or never making you $1, you have to start, and you have to be the type of person who will start and finish something. Doesn't matter if it failed, so-called failed. It is still necessary that you have went through some BS, all of the BS that is required to see a project through to the end. And you need to have at least done this at least 2 times within the last 15 or 20 years, built something, started it, and finished it. This is what will determine how much BS you're willing to go through to complete a project. Because if you're not willing to go through a lot of BS, you can hang up any significant levels of success. This stuff is hard. This stuff is hard. And it's the same way as relationships. Relationships are difficult. It's because you guys like to suggest relationships and request relationships where there's no turbulence, where everything is just fine. A lot of times you guys sound like children. You sound like children. When we listen to you guys tell us what you want, you sound like damn children. I just want, just rainbow colors to fall out of the sky. And every time he puts it in, I come. And that thing is huge as well. Oh, and he's 6'3", and he has enough money. We don't never have to go to the Cheesecake Factory. He just has endless amounts. That's how you guys sound. And you don't look anything like the caliber of individual who is deserving of that. I'm not getting down on you. What I'm telling you guys is you could score. if you humble yourself and acknowledge where you're at. Because if you humble yourself and acknowledge where you're at in society, on the dating market, you could get something that realistically is your level. You don't need to be searching for what you want. You need to be searching for your level. Some of you, listen, I'm telling you right now, this sounds funny, ha ha, hee hee. Some of you are an exact match for Ray Ray or Pookie. Why do you think that nobody is a match for Ray Ray or Pookie? Who thinks that? Listen, I want the people down in the chat. Tell me what caliber of woman qualifies for a Pookie or Ray Ray. What does she have going on in her life? Give me an example of the type of woman you believe qualifies for a Pookie or Ray Ray. I want to see. Boy, we got a record low numbers of people up in here. I'm going to read it. Yep. Yes. Look, we got somebody down here who won't leave the show but says those type of people aren't my concern nor in my proximity. Why care? Because you're here. Why are you here? Yeah, I shouldn't speak sometimes. You just make yourself look so foolish. You're here talking about you don't care about these things. Right, trifling lifestyle. Somebody qualifies for Ray Ray and Pookie. Why? You know, it's like they want to skip over Ray Ray and Pookie. Like there are no women who are direct matches for Ray Ray and Pookie. You kidding me? That is crazy that you guys think there are no women who are exact matches for Ray Ray and Pookie. You guys have to be prepared throughout this journey. Oh yeah, we're gonna end this show early, fast. I don't know how this thing went down to 12 people. We're gonna wrap this up. Let me see something. But yeah, a lot of the things are not gonna go as planned. Even when you're building something, some things are gonna break. Deadlines being pushed back. But you get up every next morning fixing each of the things that broke, each of the things that didn't go as planned, each of the reasons that the deadline got pushed back. If you're not willing to fix all of the things that go wrong in a relationship or in business, if you're not willing to fix all of the things that go wrong while you're building that thing, then you don't have it in you to build something to completion, even a relationship. Just being willing to invest money in something like a stock market or cryptocurrency, that's not a skill set. It's actually similar to gambling. I'm talking about when you're willing to go through everything that is required to bring a project together. This is a skill set. Have you went and lost the weight since you say you want a man? Will Fit, you know they banned us for I think until the 17th. They kicked us off yesterday. Shout out to Will Fit. That's crazy. Listen, this is what I'm telling you guys. I think the greatest dating failures come from people who don't know that a skill set is required in order to successfully pull off a relationship, that work is required. People go into this thing like it is something that is not akin to the workforce. Things have to be done to bring this together. You guys have to it's like putting a project together. You guys really have to put this thing together. Most of you go into these things without writing down what you want in a woman, what you're willing to compromise on, what you're not willing to compromise on, whether or not you're out of shape. You don't write anything down. You just, you know what, it's about time for me to have a man because I've been needing some cock lately. Imagine a startup business getting built without a blueprint, without a business model. You guys need to apply business models to these relationships that you say you desire because they will help you adequately tell the truth even about yourselves. Some of you keep on going round and round and round and round on the hamster wheel, not realizing that years are passing by, and the more years pass by, the fewer options you have to choose from. Won't qualify for the things that you qualified for 5 years ago. Nobody even understands why you don't know that. It's crazy to us, to be honest. Quite crazy. We sit back and we watch you guys sabotage your lives. The price that you're going to have to pay is spending the later years of your life alone. When all of the toughest times come upon all of us as citizens, you're going to have to deal with yours alone, where other people are going to be in their house fixing problems with two brains. When the woman can't think of, when she's exhausted all of her options, then her man has some options. When he's exhausted all of his, she can think of an uncle who can help them right now. And here you are relying solely upon only your resources. It's crazy that we see this thing coming at you guys full steam ahead. You guys aren't exerting any of the skill sets that are required to bring certain projects together. I want you guys to start looking at relationships like they're projects, because they are. They have to be compiled and brought together just like any other startup business. We're talking about problem solving skill set, critical thinking skill set, and assessment of determination. Any of you who have utilized these skill sets to build anything, even if it didn't flourish, at least twice in your life in the last 10, 20 years, it's probably who you are, and you're capable of pulling these things off. These relationships, these businesses. You're probably one of those ones who are capable of pulling off experiencing those levels of life that most people wish that they could have. And if you are one of those people who I'm talking about, you have a power, you have a skill set and ability that most people wish to God that they had. And you should not be squandering that thing. You should be building something with it. If it's your relationship, if it's a startup business, you guys shouldn't be the caliber of vendor. To be honest, I really don't have to say this, because driven and ambitious people, they won't sit back and they won't just sit back and not do nothing with it, truthfully. It's like, whereas you guys have blood flowing through your veins, driven and ambitious people have electricity flowing through their veins. Lightning, let me say it that way. If you have it, you should be building something with it. You should be executing this ability of yours somehow. This is a very valuable ability, to be able to start and finish something. And what usually comes from exercising this ability is above average level rewards, even in your relationships. You simply have to bring yourself to a point of re-arousing those sleeping skill sets and abilities that you've been neglecting. Re-arouse your abilities and your skill sets and start thinking about what it is that you love. If you desire at a high level to be in a relationship, start acting like it. Put that thing together like a project. In a business model, a business plan, you put your weight on that business plan. You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do? I am going to put one together. All of the elements that are required to succeed. I am going to put together a manual comprised of or in the format of a business model. The cool thing about a business model, you're laying all of the cards on the table. Your weight, what you look like on a scale of 1 to 10, how many children you have, how pleasant you are, how fit and feminine you are, juxtaposed to what it is that you're trying to achieve. Hey, Adam, listen, I'm over here really lightweight, ready to end the live and get to work. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm telling you guys. You guys aren't utilizing dating from a perspective. Victor Soto definitely in the building, my day one. You guys are not utilizing or strategizing dating from the perspective of a business model or an action plan. I think that that's what women need to do because we all know this, and it's not to take a shot at the women. It's not to take a shot at the women. We know that most women are delusional when it comes to realistically judging their beauty and things like that. If we force you to put it down on paper, right? If we force you to put this in the format of a business plan, you'd be forced to see what your true dating value is. You could lie if you want to. You could lie when you on certain questions. You could lie, but it's going to affect your outcome, which is what you guys are doing now. You're lying and it's affecting your outcome. You're calling yourselves baddies. You're calling yourselves tens. You're telling yourself it's okay to be 225 pounds. And you're getting bad outcomes. Gee, we have not had one super chat in 2 hours. Where are my cash at, people? Hey, Will Fit, I tried to, and it says that you have to be you're not a friend of this channel. Oh, yeah, he is. Will Fit been holding us down for the longest. Shout out to my bro. I appreciate the love. I am, though. I'm going to put that together. A business model, a questionnaire in the shape form of a business model mixed with kind of a Kelly Blue Book. Because it's very apparent to a lot of us, these people need help telling the truth, for real. They won't tell the truth. Hey, they won't tell the truth, people. They say, I'm BBW, I ain't fat. But listen, that's what I'm telling you guys. You need to re-arouse your abilities and your skill sets. Some of you know, whatever you used to score high in school, reading and comprehension, whatever it is, that might be a gift that you have. You need to re-arouse that stuff and apply it to the outcomes that you want in life, right? Start thinking about what it is you love. What's a passion or interest of yours? What things do you like to play with? And whatever it is, determine within yourself about building something pertaining to it. or you can apply it to relationships. It's time to build something with this ability that you have. And I'm talking about the people who have started and finished projects before. Took you a year. I don't care if you had a t-shirt company. I don't care what you did. People like that have it in them to score success. It's time for you to take your ability to start and finish projects and build something that other people wish that they had. Sitting back, drinking, watching sports all day, playing video games, overindulging in women, overindulging on men, overindulging in entertainment. It's time to check yourself. If that's who you are, it's time to check yourself. Know what you're capable of, and then you get focused. You acknowledge what you're capable of. Focus is a weapon. So the question is, why not get focused and show the whole world what you're capable of, even from a dating perspective? Bring something to life that the world can't ignore, even if it's a successful relationship. Pull off something that forces people, even people who don't like you, to bow down and acknowledge that you are one of those other people. Those people that they see on TV. Those people who they listen to while they're driving with the audiobook, right? While they're jogging. Pull something off that lets them know that you're one of those people whose names come up when friends are huddled around talking about people who made success. Pull away from everything that you have going on right now that you know is what keeps you from being as successful as a person as you could be. Pull away from all of the things that you read other successful people intentionally pull away from. One of the examples that I'm going to give you guys, anything that you want to pull off, you can pull it off in half the amount of estimated time if you just kick all distractions out of your life and focus on it. Listen, the crazy part is some of you will say a relationship is like the most important thing, but you won't put the work in on a relationship that you will a t-shirt shop. Crazy. Crazy. Shout out to my people down here rocking with us. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, but this is what we're not going to even be up here long, but this is what I'm telling you, people. This whole media center back there, you guys don't see it. We have a 10-panel media center back here, a station number 2 over here. It was estimated that that stuff would take, what did they say? Either between, what did they say? 4 to 6 months. I kicked every element of distractions out of my life. I reached out to my mom and my brother, and people I talked to for 2 hours a day, told them that I'm going off grid again. I unplugged the TV, things of that nature. Social media, no social media except for business, no phone calls. I changed my phone number. No music, only audio books. No sex. I reached out to the women I was dealing with and told them I had to disappear for a minute. That thing that they said was going to take 4 to 6 months, I got that thing done in 45 days by minimizing the amount of distractions that I had in my life. And I was addicted after that. I was addicted after that. I saw right, you got to put in the work. There's no way around that. You guys are talking about you want immaculate relationships. Listen. Imagine saying I want an immaculate business, but then just going to work every day and coming home, going to work and coming home. The same way you do with relationships. That you really think that'll work? You guys aren't writing anything down on paper about the caliber of man you want. About you're not doing research on what percentage of those men are in your environment, the state that you live in. You're not doing anything. You guys are really lazy daters, to be quite honest. And you're not supposed to be achieving any success. You're not going about it the way successful people go about it. Me, I know off top, I am only interested in very soft, feminine women. I am only interested in traditional women. So I don't even have to go through the mess and the cleanup of dealing with or encountering ghetto ratchet women who then I'm going to have to find out I wasn't able to change her all of the time it takes to do that, then leave that situation, go get what I don't a lot of the things you guys go through are nowhere close to me because I won't entertain it. While you're entertaining it, some months of your life got tangled up entertaining it, figuring out it wasn't what you want, then figuring out how to leave her alone and all of that. I didn't even have to go through it because I already know who I am. And I am so adamant. I am so fervent when it comes to this. You guys have heard me speak on how adamant I am about it. It's non-existent. I don't want to lay down with a ghetto chick. I don't like the way your hair smells. I don't like the fact that you glue other people's hair in your head. I don't like the fact that you're going to obliterate my pillow sheets and my pillow cases, and white pillow cases are going to come up with all kinds of smudges on them. I don't like any of it. I don't like the way your fake hair smells. And your long ratchet ghetto fingernails disgust me. Okay, I did just go off on a rant. Who knew? But see, I don't have to go through the trouble of pulling out my eraser to fix the things that you guys have to fix. So see how much more time I significantly save than you guys do? Nah, Adam, nope. It's at the studio. Yes, you do have to invest your time wisely. Yeah. All right, people. I'm going to get up out of here. Got a lot of work to do. I got to start getting you guys some long form content ready for tomorrow. Well, tonight, basically. We haven't been putting out any long form content, 15 and 30-minute clips like of the thing. I know what you guys have been wanting, so I got to get up off of here and chop that stuff up, load that stuff up early. You guys are about to start having the long form content. You're supposed to have long form, not just the shorts that we put up every day. We're talking about, some of the best interviews that you guys like. So we're going to go ahead and chop those up tonight and fire them off. I appreciate you guys rocking out with me though, but we got to get out of here so the work can get done, and we are out of here.